So, sinkholes in Minecraft are pretty interesting, and they're the fact that they're a bug is unfortunate, but I just want to talk about them right now. I originally recorded this and then found out there was no audio because I forgot to set my microphone on OBS because I hadn't set it on this software because I'm using regular OBS for recording right now. So I'm gonna re-record this for you. And so there's a few things that I want to talk about right now, and that is that sinkholes are quite interesting in the fact that you can see a lot with them, and when you look into it, it's like the weirdness definitely was one of the factors that caused them. And okay, so let's see what I'm going to give it at one point in the video, and I'll give it through Q Biomes Viewer just to kind of show this. But I'm in spectator mode for a reason. But I'll show off this sinkhole because this sinkhole in particular, it's not too crazy. It does have, however, have a floating thing here, which is actually a chest for a buried treasure. And I didn't know about that until I was making the video the first time, and then the audio was missing, and I was like, oh no, I can't have this go up with no audio. But I want to talk about a couple of things. Like, the first thing is we should really get Mojang to add these officially, and that while these were a bug, they were really fun to see, and they allow for interesting bases. And I think that having these officially generate would be beneficial to cool base builders to allow them to have them in future updates without having to downgrade. And it's kind of impossible for Bedrock players outside of Windows 10, and I think I heard mobile devices at one point can also downgrade if you do it right. So there is that. And so I just want to allow this to be done in more versions for those who do come to play Minecraft later, instead of it just being this thing that people see and then it just not being available to most people. Now, I'm just going to talk about the things that people may not know is that in the generation for where sinkholes generate, it's not just lush caves that cause them. And it's not just the low weirdness, of course, but the low weirdness is the main cause. Like the negative 2 point something is what you are looking for. And you can actually see the negative, weirdness in Cubiomes Viewer, and that's what you should be looking for is stuff like that. And I think I just saw an underwater. Oh no, this is a. I thought I saw a geode down here, but I didn't, unless it was that one. But I don't think it was. So let's start by talking about what you probably just saw. So I mentioned how it's not just lush caves that this happens with. It is in fact also happening with dripstone caves. So when I was looking at the seed in Cubiomes Viewer, I did see when I went into like the normal look of it, I saw a dripstone cave in a circle, like how the lush caves would be for these. So what I'm thinking is it's a low weirdness in combination with the cave biomes, which means in 1.18 this might be possible. So I actually plan to search out this kind of thing in 1.18 because 1.19, while it did add the mangrove swamp, I think in 1.18 this bug does exist. So is what I'm assuming, of course. But I think that there's other things like you can do a lot. Like in QBiomeSphere, you can also check weirdness values whenever you go in there. So like if you think, oh, there's not a 2 point something weirdness here, negative 2 point something weirdness here, there probably is in certain spots, and that's why they get picked up sometimes, and that's why you have false positives in QBiomeSphere. And so there's that. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to do as well, which is have basically some a this is going to be the Let's Play world I want to do because it's going to have a sinkhole, of course. But what I want to find is a jungle and mangrove swamp that spawn within the sinkhole, kinda, and then have it also spawn something like a weird structure potentially if there isn't one in the world. Like if there's zero seeds where there's the structures that I like the pillager outpost I like. Villages, of course, I like, but like, what if it spawned not just any village, but a desert village within the mangrove swamp and jungle that are within the sinkhole? And if that gets found, I'm going to love that. That would be my personal want if I wanted a village. I wouldn't want an ancient city personally. I like ancient cities as a concept. I just don't want to do an ancient city right now. And so ancient cities are not getting going to be something I want in the sinkhole. But yeah, I want I wouldn't mind an ancient city nearby if it has to be nearby. I just don't want like the deep dark too close personally. And so there's that. And so once that is found, I might start a let's play on something like that. Whether it's on Java or Bedrock, doesn't matter. Send it to me. If you send it to me and tell me which version, I will boot it up on that, and then I will play on the version where the sinkhole is, just to get the seed loaded up. And then from there, I'll just continue playing that world for on the newest version once my game is like that. So yeah, and I will say I also would like to see the furthest out found sinkhole, and then somebody try to travel to it by boat or something, and it be like, oh, you can access this with a boat. Like I want to see this without you breaking any blocks that are not essential to crafting the boat, basically. And so, if you find that, I'd love to see that as well. And then I was looking for a sinkhole where you spawn in it. Like you spawn in the sinkhole, which I doubt is going to ever happen. But if it does, I want to see it. Like, those are just insane. Because that would allow for a lot. Now, I do think that we can get ancient cities, like, not ancient cities, deep darks that cause this, as that surround this, like, in the same way, where a sinkhole spawns. But I think it will be more extreme. Like, these mountains you see here, like this, I think they'll be completely surrounding a lake, like, entirely. Like, it'll be all of this is up to, like, where that is what I'm thinking. Because what I've noticed with deep darks is they mostly spawn, for some reason, under large hills and all of that. But I also like looking at other things about the seed. Like, this seed is very interesting in the fact that it probably blew some people's minds. Like, some people probably knew, oh, hey, dripstone caves can surround the area too. But it's interesting to know that that was thought to be a certain thing, and then people were wrong. Like, it's not just lush caves. But the low weirdness is a factor. That is consistent between what I discovered and what when I started searching through this. And this is probably one of my favorite bugs in Minecraft. I don't know if I had just said it, but yeah, I want to see more of this, and I want to see very different things from other people. And so there is that, and on top of it, having this village here near your sinkhole will probably be beneficial if you do use this world. And so let me just get the seed for you, because I can go into settings and show it, because I just remembered. Game. Here's the seed. So, just so that you can see it, there's that. Now, this isn't the most interesting sinkhole, but it is a sinkhole, so I thought may as well. I wanted to find something much cooler than this, but you can't always find the coolest thing. Like, somebody else is going to find something cool. And sometimes it's going to be cooler than what you find. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed listening to me talk about this, and make sure you mention to Mojang, hey, we want this, and maybe it'll get added in 1.20. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.